Hey y'all, this evening on the farm, the sun has just set. I'm going to take my thermal imaging scope and I'm going to travel about a mile that way and about a mile and a half that way, and we're going to count how many deer we see in just 3 fields. We've made it to the end of my driveway now. I'm going to get out and scan what's right here at the end of my driveway, a little hayfield right in front of my mailbox here, and then we're going to turn and go down the road. Pulling up next to the soybeans now. I'm going to kill my headlights and scan out across the back of this soybean field where the deer damage is the most prevalent. Up here in the front of the field where the soybeans are taller, the deer actually bed down there. You can't see them as well, but back here in the back, they've eaten them down pretty low and should be able to see them a lot better. In case you're wondering, no, this is not a kill shot video. I'm not going to film a bunch of kills. There are other channels, other videos you can watch for that. I'm just showing you what type of presence we have in the field with these deer and how much of an issue they are. The sun has just set here, so if you were to come back at say 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, you would see more. We're right at sunset right now. You can actually drive around still a little bit with your headlights off. So the deer are just starting to ease out into the fields. There was 2 in the pasture at the end of my driveway. I think we had 10 or 12 back here in the soybeans. And now we're fixed to turn into the first peanut field and see what it's looking like. So as we come down my driveway, we saw 2 or 3 at the end of my driveway in the pasture. We've now filmed the shallow side of the soybeans. It's ate off bad. There's a big group back there. And as I was coming back out of the soybeans, where I got back to the deep part, 3 of them ran out in front of me and stopped, filmed them, turned into the peanuts right down the road, the first peanut field, and big drove there. Beside that field was another little drove and a pasture beside those peanuts. And now we're at the storefront. This is the furthest point of my row crops from my house. This is only about a mile and a half from my house. And we're going to look in the back of the peanut field that sits behind the storefront and see what's there. Well, that's it. We're back at the house. I was gone about 12.5 minutes, and you saw how many deer there is around here. If I had traveled that way to my brother-in-law's field, about 1.5 miles up the road, we could have easily quadrupled that number. On a normal year, we're seeing about 75 to 120 in field he has right up the road in a typical evening. But I have heard from one of our neighbors that he saw around 200 to 250 out there one evening. So the deer have exploded on us. Yes, we get summer permits. We shoot deer all summer on summer permits. So they're our neighbors. We kill deer during the deer season. I know the immediate question a lot of you have is, hey man, can I come shoot a deer? I do allow a lot of people, I'm talking about a lot of people, to come out here and shoot deer during the season, during deer season, not on summer permit, but during deer season. I have a strict doe only rule because every human being I have told they have permission to kill a buck has then come back and said, hey man, we sat in the stand and we saw 27 does and 4 young bucks and 2 decent bucks, but we're waiting on that one good one to come out, so we didn't shoot anything. That's how you'd never get invited back. If I invite you to come out here and shoot deer, the goal is to kill deer, not to wait on that one good one. So I don't allow any buck killing because buck killers tend to not kill deer at all. They tend to watch. And that's not what we need. We need cold-blooded deer killers here. So we're getting after it. You've heard me in other videos talk about the deer pressure we have. Now you've seen it for yourself. And I thank all of you for watching. And I hope to see you next time.